Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to another announcement video. I guess it's more of a discussion piece, but I've got a few different things to talk to you about today, and the first of which I'm going to talk about is Facecam. So, realistically speaking, without going into super amounts of detail, basically I'm going to be getting rid of Facecam either temporarily or permanently. The reason being is that the quality does not meet my standards. It's not a good webcam, and it kind of detracts from the whole feel of my video. Now, truthfully, if that was just the only thing, then I would leave it and just kind of deal with it until I got a better webcam. But really, I don't think my channel needs a webcam. I don't think it needs any of that. It really just doesn't at all. And I go into a lot more detail in a blog post that I'll post down in the description below, and I'll discuss the blog as well a little bit later in the video. But long story short, for the time being, there's going to be no Facecam. The next step up Facecam that will work well and have good quality is about $80. And even if I had the money to spend on that, I don't know if I can justify spending $80 on my channel at this point, because I don't get enough views or attention to really justify spending almost $100 on something that may or may not change the way my channel works. So long story short, that's basically what's going to happen. I've updated my Pokemon layout to look at that, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But moving on, now I have two different things that I can talk about in this section, but I guess I'll talk about the format of the videos. So I call this a discussion video, and I think something that I want to add to the channel that I had a while ago is more discussion videos. I think they're really interesting, and I think you guys might enjoy that. I had a series going for a while, a while ago, called Simulator Sit Down, and I'd play on either Showdown or Poke Battle, if you guys remember that, and we would just talk, and I thought it was a pretty cool thing. I'm going to do that for this. Any announcement video is going to be in that same format. Basically, it's obviously Facecamless. If we're talking about Overwatch, there'll be an Overwatch game in the background. If we're talking about Pokemon, there'll be Pokemon. If we're talking about League, there'll be League, and so on and so forth. But basically, I think it's going to work out pretty well. I think you guys might enjoy that. It's also a good way to have announcement videos or discussion videos. I can throw in pictures. Like if you guys want me to talk about Pokemon news, I can throw in pictures of the Pokemon news. I know you guys don't really need me to talk about the Pokemon news because the community itself already talks about that very, very easily and quite often, so I don't feel the need to upload those news videos. But if you guys want it, I can do it, of course. But so yeah, it's gonna be a new format. It's gonna have its own playlist. All my announcement and discussion videos will go there, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that, because I think, you know, the announcement videos weren't as good because basically it would just be my face on a webcam talking for 10 minutes, and you guys, it was probably incredibly boring, and I don't think the retention on those videos were very good, but I wanted you guys to get that information, so I think this will help out pretty well. So moving on from that, I do have a website. I did have a website for a while. I had a blog at the beginning of my channel where I talked about purely Pokemon, and since then I wanted to make a website where I could have reviews, blogs, links to my channel, all that jazz, and I did that a while ago, and I uploaded a couple of reviews for games there after I had done the videos. But now it's going to be the main place for my reviews. I'm going to try and review every game I play, and some games in the past that I've played, so you guys can see that. And if you guys want videos for reviews, I can do that after the review, because I think it will work better once I have the review written out, and it's just a little bit more cohesive. I created a whole point system that's very, in my opinion, well explained. You know how like IGN gives 8 out of 10 and they give pros and cons. I kind of do that for each section, and you know it's out of 50 points, and there's a range in there's like it's in increments of 10, and there's a range in each 10. So you know, it's kind of interesting in that way. So like a 0 game is literally like the worst ever, and a 50 games quite literally the best game ever, but there's quite a lot of depth in the in-between, and I think you guys might enjoy that, so I'll have a link down below. But like I said earlier about the Facecam, I do have a blog post about the Facecam and more in-depth details about why. But I'm going to be using this website a lot more frequently now. I think it should be pretty good. So that link will be in my videos from now on if you guys are ever interested in checking it out. And what else can I say about that? I don't think there's really much else I can say about the website. It's very basic. It doesn't really need to be incredibly in-depth, but I think you guys will enjoy it if you give it a look. I already have a review of Box Boy up, which is a puzzle platformer, and I have a review of Fire Emblem Fates as a whole. So if you guys ever want me to do a video on more reviews, let me know. I really do want to hear your opinions on that. And finally, probably the saddest news in my opinion is Monster Hunter. Unfortunately, we are not uploading Monster Hunter anymore, and I'm very salty about it. There's a good reason. I did not want to stop uploading Monster Hunter. It's one of my favorite games. I was really pumped to actually be able to upload it to YouTube for the first time. But unfortunately, the game, regardless if it's physical or digital, the entire game saves to the SD card. Now, this would normally not be too big of a deal. There are ways around that. You can copy files over. However, the problem with my DSs is that my main 3DS is actually a new 3DS, and my capture card is an original 3DS. So what's the problem with that? Well, the problem with that is that, long story short, the files just don't work on both 3DSs, so I can't take the SD card out and put it into the other 3DS. I can't copy the files off of the SD card and put it onto another SD card. It just simply doesn't work that way. And unfortunately for you guys, I do want to enjoy this game because Monster Hunter is one of my top most favorite series of all time, and I just can't enjoy it as much if I'm playing it purely on an original small 3DS. So unfortunately it's not going to be uploaded anymore. The episode that I uploaded the other day, the Charge Blade episode, is the last one, and that's never going to come back to the channel. I could buy another game if I had the money for it, a separate version, and just hack in what I have, but I think that would also diminish my enjoyment of the game. So I think from here on out, there's no more Monster Hunter. We're going to be sticking to the top 3 games that we have: League of Legends, Pokemon, and Overwatch. Though I'll update the schedule to reflect that. We'll be having 2 League, 2 Overwatch every week, 3 Pokemon as well. But yeah, I'm really upset about that. It does bother me that I wasn't able to get that to work. I'm not a fan of how that went down. But what are you going to do? There's really nothing I can do. I can't change Capcom's mind about that. So, unfortunately, Monster Hunter is gone from the channel, and that does upset me. But either way, guys, I'm going to just break this down real quick, what we just talked about. There's going to be no more Facecam for my videos for a while, and it may not ever come back. Discussion videos are going to become a little bit more frequent, where I talk about everything from announcements on the channel to just things that I want to talk about, and those are going to feature games without commentary, just games in the background as I ramble on. There is a website that I made for myself. It has reviews, it has blog posts. It's something that I really want you guys to check out, and you might enjoy it. And finally, Monster Hunter is not coming back to this channel ever, which is very unfortunate. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to catch you guys at the next episode. Peace.